Hi, I'm Heather from Heather Handmade, and today I'm going to teach you how to make an infinity scarf that has a secret pocket with an invisible zipper. Please like this video and follow my channel for lots of sewn handmade gift ideas. Not only is this infinity scarf warm and cozy and you can have really fun bright colors or a solid color, it's great for traveling and being outside when it's cold, but the pocket means you can stash any necessities that you might need. Right now I have a pen, a nail file, and a phone in this pocket, and it's comfortable, it's not too heavy, it's not bothering me. There's lots of cushion and fabric so that I don't feel the weight on my neck. It would be great if you needed to have a pocket but you didn't have like a jacket or a purse. This infinity scarf is really great as a gift because it takes about 1 yard of fabric and it doesn't take all that long to make it. It's not that hard of a project, but it will work for different ages, different sizes, different people. It is just a really great gift that's so versatile and can be used for lots of different things. So let's get started. For this scarf, you're going to need 1 yard of knit fabric. I like using cotton spandex jersey or double brushed poly. This is a double brushed poly that I got at Joann Fabrics. You're going to need an invisible zipper that is about 10 inches long. Mine is a little bit longer, so I'm going to shorten it to make it work. You will need some lightweight interfacing. This is a tricot interfacing that's fusible that I love to use. And then you will need some scraps of knit fabric. You can buy a little bit more of your main fabric and use that for the pocket, or you can just use scraps. You want your scraps to be about 10 inches wide and 6 inches tall. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our fabric. So you can see, so this is my selvage over here on this side, and then this is my two cut edges. So we're first going to fold it so that our two cut edges are matching. Like this, and I have my selvage on this side and my selvage on this side. I know that you can't see, it's a little bit out of the frame. When you have an infinity scarf, you're going to sew your selvage ends together, and then you have this part that you then twist and then go like this. So we are looking for the spot that we're going to sew the pocket and the zipper onto the scarf. You don't want it to be on this point. This is the center, because that's going to end up in the back of the scarf. We don't want to sew it where the seam is, because that will also be the back of the scarf. So we are looking for kind of 1/4 away. If you were to divide the scarf into 4 quarters, 1, 2, 3, 4, we are looking for 1/4 that is closest to one of the ends, and this is where we are going to sew the pocket with the two cut edges. So we're going to do that very first. So I'm going to, this is where the pocket's going to be, but I'm going to line up my two selvages so that I don't have one side longer than the other, so I can get this the same length. You can measure that if you want to. So this is the spot where the zipper is going to start right here. So I'm going to grab some pins so I can mark it. So these are the 2 points where I'm going to start my invisible zipper. Before we put the zipper on, we are going to add some of our lightweight interfacing. So I'm going to cut 2 pieces that are 1 inch wide, and 10 inches long. That's how long our zipper and our pocket will be. So I'm going to cut that out quickly, and then we're going to fuse it onto our scarf starting here at this point. So here is my zipper. I have actually marked and cut the ends, so this now measures 10 inches from here to here. We are going to, in the end, use about 8 to 9 inches of the zipper. That's how big the opening will be, since the top and the bottom will be for seam allowance. So before we sew our invisible zipper into the knit fabric, we take our iron. I am unrolling the zipper tape and the zipper teeth and pressing it open so it's not rolled inside, and this will make it easier to sew. This is how I sew invisible zippers without an invisible zipper foot. I have a different video for sewing an invisible zipper with an invisible zipper foot, or I have a video that shows a lot of detail about sewing an invisible zipper without a zipper foot, so you can go check those out if you need extra help. So this zipper has now been pressed open so that the zipper teeth lay like as flat as possible. So now this is the spot where the zipper is going to start at both of these pins, and I have the interfacing already sewn in. So I'm placing my zipper like this, and I'm going to roll. You have to flip over the zipper tape so that it's right sides facing the fabric, and I'm going to pin this to the fabric starting at the pin at the top. Then I'm going to do the same to the other side and pin the other side on. So I'm flipping it over this way. It feels weird because it's, you know, all twisted. So I'm going to sew down each side in, you know, close to the zipper teeth without sewing over the zipper teeth. So the zipper has been sewn in, and I'm going to check it, but only part way, because since I cut the top of the zipper, if I went up, I would pull the zipper pull all the way off. So the zipper is looking great. So now we're going to add in the lining. So you want to, I'm going to kind of turn this right side out. I want to be looking at it from the inside. So you're going to take your lining piece and you're going to match it up. So I'm matching the right side of the pocket with the wrong side of the zipper tape. The right side of the zipper tape is sewn towards the right side of the scarf fabric. So I'm going to place this lining up the top and bottom of the lining with the top and bottom of the zipper, and I'm going to pin this in place. So I'm pinning 3 layers together. Then I'm going to flip this out of the way, and I'm going to pin the other lining to the other side. Now when I sew these lining pieces in, I'm going to put in a zipper foot, and I'm not going to be sewing on this seam allowance I've already sewn. I'm just going to sew next to it. It means that a little more of the zipper will show in the pocket, but it will make it so that it's not so bulky right next to the zipper teeth. You don't want to have the lining get in the way right there. Once that's sewn in, you are going to match up your pocket lining pieces like this. Make sure that you're matching up like the edges of the scarf so that the scarf edges will line up once your lining is sewn. So my zipper is still open. The zipper pull is down here. And I'm going to sew 3 sides of this rectangle and come up as close as I can to these seams I sewed to get the lining attached to the zipper, and that's how you will create the pocket. So the pocket is now finished, and now what we're going to do is line up this long edge of the scarf all the way, and we are going to sew from here, and we're going to stop at the zipper and then sew from here all the way to the other side. And make sure when you sew to this top side, if you have a zipper that it's a cut edge, we're going to need to sew over this end a little bit, like have your seam come in a little bit so that the zipper pull will not pull off the end of the zipper. So now I'm going to turn the scarf right side out like this. And let's look at our pocket. Here's our pocket. You can see it's nice and roomy, and let's zip up the zipper. So it has an end to stop here so it doesn't fall off, and it has the bottom down here. So it is the perfect zipper for the perfect little pocket for holding your essentials. So now we just need to finish the ends of the scarf. So this is the seam and this is the seam. So we're going to match this up. So I'm actually going to do a pretty deep seam allowance because I don't want to use this edge here and this edge here. You can trim that off if you want. I'm just going to have really deep seam allowances, so I can skip that. But I am placing my ends, or I'm placing this seam together and pinning. You want to make sure that your the rest of your scarf is not twisted, because then it will make your scarf twisted, you know, in the end. So I'm going to pin this, and we won't be able to get all the way around because we are sewing a loop, but we're going to do the best we can. We're going to sew as much of the seam as possible, and then the rest of the seam we are going to do a little bit of top stitching to close it. So now I'm going to sew this seam as much as I can. You're going to need to leave a hole like this for the scarf to have a place to sit, and then turn right side out. So now I can pull this right side out, just like this, and it shows, you know, that seam is now sewn, except for there is a little hole right here. So if you just hold it from seam to seam, and we're going to pinch this closed and just do a little top stitch to close that hole. Once you have this seam sewn, your scarf is now finished. So I like to put the scarf on with the seam in the back, and then I twist the scarf up like this over my head. Here is the zipper right here with the pocket. And that's how you make an infinity scarf with an invisible zipper pocket. I can't wait to see all of the infinity scarves that you make. Please share them with me on social media. Check out these other playlists for some beginner sewing projects and some handmade gift ideas that you can sew for loved ones. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you have a wonderful day.